Then you have the part in between the adjacent myelin sheath. What do you call that part? The node, yeah, exactly. That's the node right there. And let me see what else. And then, if you go over here, I think what you can see, folks, see, here's the myelin sheath, right? Here's a node. This might represent the connective tissue that surrounds the actual axon. What do you call that? The endoneurium, right? Is that on your checklist there? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that might be the endoneurium. Okay, endoneurium, here's the myelin sheath, and here's the axon. You see the little, enveloping of that myelin sheath. Here's the nucleus of that myelin sheath, or that Schwann cell. Okay, so forth. And that's about it, guys. So let me move on. Okay, so that's that. So I'll leave that model. Obviously, I have only one model for this. One model of the neurons. So I'll leave it up to you guys to take turns taking pictures of it. Okay, and then I have this model here. It's a nice one here. Yeah, this represents a what? What do you think this is? Oh yeah. Spinal cord sounds better, not vertebrae. Spinal cord sounds better. There you go. Okay. Spinal cord sounds better. It's a cross section of the spinal cord, right? And then you have your anterior part here. This is your posterior part. You have a groove here, okay? And then you have, these are the dorsal what? Dorsal horns. These are the ventral horns. Did you guys watch the movie? Was that in the movie? Yes? Okay. I think I don't know. I guess I'm just imagining things. It wasn't a movie, correct? Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So, dorsal horn, ventral horn, okay. So what matter is this? And this is all what, guys? So white matter. And then, look here, guys. And then you have the formation of a what? Of a spinal nerve. So you have here's your dorsal what? Dorsal root. Here's that ganglion, exactly. Here's the ventral root. Then this fuses to form a spinal nerve, exactly, spinal nerve. And this is supposed to be the dorsal ramus and then the rami-cubitus canthus, but I don't know if I put that on your checklist, maybe not, I don't know. Okay, and then, look here guys, and then there's obviously some blood vessel here, right? Anterior, what, spinal artery, okay. But I think there's a picture of this image here, of this similar item here in your lecture notes, in your PDFs, I think, okay? From that coincides with the movie, with the video. And then, guys, you have, what's this here? Okay, then again, guys, another cross section, right? Another cross section of the, sorry about that. Looks better. Another cross section, I guess, of the spinal cord. And again, guys, what's this? This is the dorsal what? This is what? Ventral, right? Remember, this is sensory, this is what? Motor, right? And then you have your dorsal what? The root. These tiny little things are the rootlets that form the root. And then you have your dorsal root what? Ganglion, and then you have your ventral root here. This fuses together to form a spinal nerve. Yeah. And then, guys, here in the center of the gray matter, right, the spinal cord, that little dot right there, that represents the central canal. And what goes through there, guys? CSF. Yes, CSF goes through there. CSF goes through there. Okay. All right. So I'm done with, so guys, so I have only one model of this, I have only one model of that, so I'll leave the models for photographs and I'll leave them up here. Now, as far as stuff that there is plenty to share or to give out for the small groups, then we have some what? These things are called what? These are the vertebrae. Okay, these are the vertebrae. Now, what's this one? Look at that one is. Which vertebrae is that one? What do you think that one is? The very first one. Yeah, the atlas. There you go. That's your atlas. Exactly. Very first one. That's C1. Okay, your atlas. Okay, here's your atlas. Here's the parts that articulate. Here are the articular facets. The parts that articulate. This part articulates with the skull. This part articulates with the axis, right? And guys, notice how there's a hole here. There's a hole here. Right? There's a hole in here, right? So the only vertebrae that have holes here and here are the which vertebrae are the cervicals, right? What goes through here? The vertebral what? The vertebral artery. Okay, was that in the movie? Okay, so the vertebral artery courses through here and to here. Okay, so here's your atlas. This is your what? This is your axis. You can tell your axis because it has that little odontoid process, your little dents right here. That's the part that articulates with this part of the atlas and allows you to do what? Form a what, guys? From a pivot, rotate. Okay. Now this is a thoracic vertebrae, it's thoracic. Okay. You can see here the spinous process, transverse process, right? And what's this opening here, guys? What do you call that opening? Vertebral foramen, yeah. And what goes through there? The spinal cord, yeah. Spinal cord, good. Okay. And this is the vertebral body right here, guys. And what sits on this? What was sandwiched in between this when you put a bunch of vertebrae together? And the vertebral disc, exactly. The little shock absorber. Okay. And that's the basis for back pain, guys. Back pain or pinched nerve. If there's a herniation, right, of the intervertebral disc and it pushes here, it can pinch the nerve, right? And you call it a what? Herniated disc or slip disc. Yeah. Was that a movie? Oh, what? Okay. All right. So, and then finally, guys, here's the what? Sacrum, right? Now, now I have only one of these bullets, and be very careful with this. This is natural bone. Okay, this is real. My focus on here is this. You have this part here. Hang on, let me zoom out. Okay, you have this part right here. You have that part right there. So what goes up through here? The caudicuana, yeah, the horse's tail, exactly. The caudicuana, right, goes into here, and that's the sacral hiatus. What's the significance of this part? That's the target site for what? Caudal. Is that in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, okay. The caudal epidural goes through there. Okay, that's your target site. We're going to go to that part right there, the sacral hiatus, okay? Canal and hiatus, okay? All right. Any questions? Okay, folks, so I'm done with the demonstrating. Your job, remember, I don't talk here. This is the active part of the course. You have to do your part. So use the handout. I gave you a handout to online to the folder. Okay, so that's your checklist of what to go to produce. Basically identify some of these things here. So again, I'm gonna put these models in the front, and then I'm gonna give out. So you guys have to form 8 groups of 6. So there are about 50 of you. If everybody showed up, then there's 50. If not, so there should be 6 groups of 8 people, right? And one person from each group will come and pick up one of these, the atlas, the axis, and the thoracic vertebrae. Okay, and everything else will be up front. And notice, guys, how there's also a vertebral column. See, that's articulated. This is what? This articulated, okay? In the articulated vertebral column, you should be able to see on there how the spinal nerves exit out through the intervertebral what? Little foramina, okay? You have your intervertebral foramina, that's the exit point for the spinal what? All the spinal nerves, okay? You can see it on that model there on top of the table there, okay? All right, any questions? Okay, all right, folks, so get started. And again, this is all about that you saw the movie because you were told, you were assigned to watch the movie and know what's going on, because if you didn't watch the movie, your best bet is to probably just take pictures and go watch the movie because you're literally wasting your time. So, and you were asked to watch the movie, correct? Yes. That was your assignment. You watch the movie, you know what's going on. And the idea of the movie is to give you background on, it's called flipped classroom. You watch the movie, you know what's going on here. Okay, you didn't watch the movie, you're gonna be lost. Okay, but maybe the person in your group, somebody in the group that saw the movie could help you out. And then you obviously give him a what? A donut, okay? Or a pat on the back, or a piece of something. Okay, do something. Okay, all right. All right, folks, just get started. I'm done. Okay, I'm done. For my part, I'm done. Okay? Turn the lights on. Alright guys, form 8 groups of 6. Okay, form small groups of 6 people at least, and then one person from each group will come pick up and I'll give you a bone, okay? If you form your groups, you can come and grab one of your last 6 of these. So grab one of these. You have 6 of the different bones, right? So make sure one person from each group has 6. And then you have everything else in the photograph. I have 6 of these, I have 3 sets of bones, and 6 of each, so, and there's 6 groups, so one of each type of bone. Okay guys, let's start again, bring the bones back. Put the bones back, okay, bring the bones back and start again. Start again. Okay, first you have to form the groups, and then I want the rest from each group to come up. You can't do nothing unless you form the groups. Okay, very simple. This is not difficult. Huh? Everybody form it. Let me add 4. We're missing. Anybody have a bone up here? Anybody have any bones up here? Am I already talking about bones?